everybody, this is Korith Landwalker. Thank you for joining my stream. Today's stream will feature Star Citizen, which apparently is not coming up on my screen. There we go. Sometimes I wonder about the delay on these things. Today is the second weekend of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, as shown on the RSI website here, which is not what I wanted to see, because that is what I want to see. Now, RSI is, in lore, one of the older manufacturers out there, and they have some of the more classic starships. We're seeing a bunch of Constellation series on this picture here. They also introduced today, although it's been kind of an open secret since it was leaked weeks ago, the introduction of the Rsi Perseus, which, as they say right here, blows up subcapital class Goliaths. That would mean 890s, Reclaimers, Idrises, maybe Javelins. I'm not entirely sure what all falls in the subcapital. So we'll be visiting the Expo Hall for RSI's display. But it is also the second day that the Origin Hall is up. So we'll be taking a look at some Origin ships as well, including one that you may not necessarily think of right away when you go flying. So that is on our list of things to do today. We may also occasionally have some folks dropping in from my org, possibly. They're kind of in the middle of a jailbreak right now, so we'll see how that works out. I'm going to get myself onto their separate Discord there, not in their current Discord, so you don't have to worry about them chattering about their escape attempt. But who knows what will happen in this game, right? Okay. With all this in mind, we are going to swap over to Star Citizen. I will at least make an attempt to get on their server, because, well, it's only polite. Of course, even when it tells you that they've had space open, they could be lying. So really, the best you can do is keep trying until it happens. Now, the really annoying part about this is they have right beneath Join Friend, Remove from Friends list. So it is a little challenging sometimes to go too quick on this. There we go. Because if you go too quick on this, you might suddenly find your friends list is down to one or two people. That kind of gets embarrassing pretty quickly. So we are now on the loading screen, and hopefully it will not be horribly long before we are in the game. I am currently at New Babbage on the world of Microtech, which is where they're holding the expo. Hopefully we'll be able to get 3, maybe 4 ships in flight today. We'll see how things shake out. I had a longer stream last week because of all the time I spent in the expo hall, and it's possible that may happen again. I mean, it took me about 30 minutes before I even got a ship into space last week. I'm predicting much the same, especially since I want to hit both the Origin Hall as well as the RSI Hall. RSI is going to be the priority, however, because, well, it just opened today. Now, hopefully it will not take too much longer to load. When it starts doing the staggering on the little bar going left and right underneath loading, it's generally a sign that it's close to being done. Of course, then it goes back to doing something like this, and you start thinking, okay, maybe it's not as done as it looks. One of these days, I'm going to get it through my head that maybe the smart move will be to load the game in before I start my stream. On the other hand, at least you're getting a very good example of how this game works as an experience. Here we go. New Babbage. And as it stands right now, it is nighttime. It is frequently nighttime when I log in. I'm trying not to take that personally. Now, we may have all sorts of other entertainment happening here too today, because the elevators in some of the locations at New Babbage are, depending on the server you're on, are having some issues. I guess that's the polite way of putting it. And because they have issues, well, we might have to take an exotic method to get to the spaceport. We'll find that out as we go along. Hopefully everything will go nice and smooth and absolutely nothing will go wrong. Oh, it's nice to dream. As you can see, once again, as I pointed out last week, there is plenty of signage here that point you to the location of the Expo. And I would like to reiterate for anyone who's new to the stream, or new to Star Citizen in general, or both, that this is a free flight week. This means that anyone who downloads the package, well, downloads the game, and has a computer that can run it, anyone can play the game for another 5 days or so, I believe.
Now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
So, you know, you do have the opportunity to play around with the rental ships. Today it's going to consist of Rsi and Origin, but I believe that after tomorrow, if not tomorrow, all ships that are currently in the game, well, let me rephrase, all non-promotional ships that are currently in the game can be flown for free. After the end of the Expo, you will have to pledge for a package. I recommend the Aurora MR package. And in a way, that is related to something I'm going to go into more detail about near the end of the stream, because I've had an idea strike me, and I am tempted to go through with it. But we'll save that announcement for the end of the stream where it belongs. Our next stop here is the Tobin Expo Center, which means I don't have to worry about any, shall we say, extra stops in between. We'll head up the stairs. You know, it is kind of crushing in some ways to realize they put all this effort in building these expo halls, and then they'll be gone. Poof, never to be seen again. I mean, sure they can do more stuff here at New Babbage, but who knows when that'll happen. As you can see, again, we have all this gear lying around. As usual, I'm going to buy a couple shirts. I'm really trying hard to make sure that if a reset or a patch comes through and wipes out the stuff I've currently equipped, I will still have souvenirs of Expo 2950. Hey, it's the folks from my org, Legend and Cap. Say hi to everybody.
Hey guys.
Hi
Welcome
everyone.
to the stream.
I hope that your escape attempt went successfully.
We'll let you know when we finish it.
Be afraid.
We're
Be very afraid.
Legend, do you want to shoot our way in, or do you want me to just run past everyone?
We're gonna deuce through and see if we can just run by them
Alright.
and leave them guarding our back.
We're going to have
Go for
Legend
it, I'm
and
right
Cap's
behind you, and I don't
experience
have
in
my
the
gun out, so it's
background,
safe.
which will be interesting.
Hello, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Oh shit.
I didn't say they wouldn't shoot at you, they just...
And things are already going bad for
Okay, I
them.
think I got med pins on.
Oh, there we go. I'm beginning to wonder if this thing's going to open up. Let's
Yeah,
go
we're
to
not
the
supposed to
RSI
touch
Hall.
on, core stream. Okay, I'm lost. Okay, I made it.
Alright, and we're safe. Now pull out the gun and just, Last time I did this, they didn't come back here, so. But
If we had not been having an expo
sorry,
this week,
Forth. Didn't
I
mean
would
to
probably be helping them out on their
put your
escape
stream
attempt.
there.
But sadly, that will not be the case here.
He's on push to talk.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured the last thing you guys need is my stream of consciousness chat throughout your escape attempt.
Oh no! Help yourself.
Yeah,
We don't mind the chatter.
that's right.
Well, I hate to interrupt your careful schemes and plans.
Well, I had a 12-hour prison sentence, so I thought it would be better to bust out rather than wait till tomorrow sometime to.
This is an example of Cap being a bad person.
Hey, I should have just stayed up at the elevator.
All right, here we are. The expo hall will have two major
Why?
areas:
You'll
the central
have
area
them,
and the section offside.
True. We'll
Plus
have
a
You'll
couple
clear your
below.
crimes tattoo, and we'll be able to walk right past them. So.
Now,
yeah.
for as big as
Well,
Rsi is,
then how? Okay. Yeah.
just
'cause anybody
hasn't,
coming in is going to
shall
have
we
a crime
say,
stat for trespassing.
got as many
Correct.
ships as you would expect. So let's take a look
Is
at
that
them.
you shooting or that?
No, I didn't shoot. That's somebody else.
Alright.
Over
Uh-oh,
here,
this might get interesting.
we have
Wow,
one of
that'll
the
be good.
Rsi Constellations. This one is
Let the
the
guards do their thing.
Aquila variant. Or Aquila, I'm not entirely sure.
They thought they were
exactly.
guarding the facility. Really, they're guarding
You
the
want
people
here?
who were hacking their crime stat away. So.
We'll rent that.
Dude, guess what I don't see?
Over
What's
here,
that? Your
My
ship.
cutting marker.
I suspect will be
Well, you
the
know what?
Andromeda.
It might have despawned on its own.
The Andromeda
That's
is
quite
the
possible.
standard.
I thought that bug was gone. I hadn't had it happen.
No, it's happened to me. Still.
Rent that.
That'll persist for like 3 or 4 more patches. So.
Who knows? Maybe I'll give him a hand in one of the Andromedas. That would be scary.
Alright, I'm on the 5th bar.
And over here we have the
Okay,
Phoenix,
so
which
I'm
is the
pretty.
luxury
I know
variant.
I was out of turret range, so it either despawned or somebody.
Now let's
blew
go
it
over
out.
to the offsides
Oh,
area.
What's that?
I was eyeballing this guard, and he pointed a gun at me.
Oh. Quit looking at the guards.
Oh, he shot at me. Hope he don't
Bringing
run
it
in
back
here.
I know.
It's a terrifying thing to hear them plotting to
Alright,
murder
clear
guards,
my
isn't it?
stat now. Maybe.
Okay.
Let's see.
Mine will be quick. I only have first and second degree trespassing.
Yeah.
Run.
Mine's
Unless they charge me for harassing the guards.
And here we are,
Quite
RSI section.
shot.
Oh, he moved. He wasn't where he was. I hope he's not
Over
coming.
here, we mostly have the Aurora variants. And Auroras are some of the cheaper ships in the
Should
game
have
to
left
buy.
Legend on the ship.
We've got the LN, which is a light fighter.
Can't take you anywhere.
Let's rent that. We have,
Seriously, dude, he's not right there.
I'm betting this one's the ES.
I don't know where he is.
No, it's the MR. The MR is the big one, because that is the,
Quit antagonizing
I
the
doing?
guard. Legend.
I don't need that. This is the one that you will get for a
Oh,
package.
you will be proud of me though. Earlier, I did clear the Korea station.
This is the LX, which
Uh-huh.
is the theoretical
And,
luxury one.
I think I took 5 out of the 7 or 8 guys out with a knife. So.
Nice.
I really don't know how
The
luxurious
knife
this
is
would be.
OP.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
In
I
the
just stuck
center
up behind him and just like pow.
is not an Aurora.
Alright, it's at 43%.
This is the interdiction ship, the Mantis.
How many homicides you got?
Well, it's just the one
Oh, the one prison break.
escape
Okay.
thing.
It is a
Oh, yeah. That's
beautiful looking ship,
Yeah.
but its utility really requires
But this way,
partners.
running past them all, you don't even get the,
The homicides to clear.
the homicide. Yeah.
Now, all the way over
Even
here,
if-
we have two
I mean,
more Auroras.
Even for you, which is nice.
Aurora CL, which is a light freight
Oh,
one.
yeah. We'll be in and out of here before bounty hunters ever make it to the planet.
Yep.
And over here, we will have the
68%.
Aurora
It does take a
ES,
while to
which
clear.
is
That's
the
one downside.
stripped down version, honestly.
Yeah, but you don't have to stay here and freaking babysit it.
No, that's true.
Okay, let's go downstairs.
Yeah, there's not even a.
And we'll take a look at the ground vehicles.
Like the bounty hunter that came in after you, like just like abort.
And we will look at some of the vehicles that are still in concept. Well, let me rephrase that. In concept and at least have a design attached. I don't know if Perseus has a design yet.
Oh boy.
No, we'll be looking at Constellation Taurus. Oh, they will have one
So
for Perseus.
Is
And the Polaris.
how's Chorus stream work? Is his
I don't know. I think they can hear us talking right now, but he's on push to talk, so he won't come through Discord unless he pushes his button.
Yes, like I said, I don't want to kill your plots to escape and do crime and all that with my blathering about, ooh, look at this ship, and this is what this ship does during the Expo here.
Alright, Legend, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. Nothing we do is elaborate enough to be interrupted by chatter. Oh, crap.
They have such low expectations for their skills.
Standing right next to
And
the
yet
guard
these
right
people have
now.
escaped prison time and time again.
He's pointing a gun in your direction through the wall, so guessing he's not pleased, but
Okay, over here we have the Ursa Rover.
there's another guard coming.
Now the Ursa Rover is
Also pointing a gun toward
pretty
you.
durable, it's got its guns
Yeah, let
attached,
they start coming in.
but it comes free with
Yeah, he's
some
standing
constellations,
at the edge here. There's three
and
of them
certainly
right
with the
outside
Carrack.
the door, though, so they're
which is kind of strange.
the
But
one just went running upstairs.
why Anvil would not have their own ground
Well, I just
vehicle,
heard some gunfire.
who knows? On the other side here, I
Yeah,
guess
I
we
don't
don't
know
have
how we're gonna
anything
get out of
because
here
our
with
side
a
doesn't
bullet
have
in
any
the
vehicles. So we're going to go to the
There's a
holographic
player.
tanks.
I see him. Should I shoot him or?
Yeah, well, fuck yeah, before he shoots me.
Crap,
Over
I don't
here we
my
have a
armor
look
or
at the
anything
Constellation
equipped.
Taurus, which is the freight variant of the Constellation.
He's coming.
Yeah, he's
Strangely,
coming.
it's not
He's
in
coming
game
down
yet,
the
and
steps.
nobody is really sure why. Except maybe they're reworking the Constellations because they're in a bad place right now.
You don't have any
Shield
guns,
rolls.
do you?
Yeah, I
This
do. Just gotta get my
is the
suit to equip.
Perseus.
Oh yeah, you get your inventory back.
And this was just announced
won't have
today,
any
so God only
markers,
knows when
so-
it'll actually be.
Yeah.
But it is a
Come on,
gunship.
suit.
And
I'm
finally,
standing in the corner, but I can't get my.
we have this vehicle,
This doesn't
which
change
is
pending
the... Oh, right. The
There we
Polaris. This is a Corvette.
Of course,
Yeah,
So
he
it's
won't
kind
give
of-
us crime
It's one of those
stat for killing him because he'll
subcaps
have
they were
crime
talking
stat.
about.
right.
Alright,
Alright,
Wendy's
I
will
got my
see
gun
the-
out now, so keep clearing
Okay.
your.
Shall we say, when we... Bleh. Let's try this again, shall we?
Yeah, when you have eyes on him.
We will not know
Alright.
when this gets into
I
the
don't really
game.
care if he kills me.
I'm not sure
I'll be the canary.
they're going to wait
as
until at
usual.
least a couple star systems are in.
I'll
It's
be
not like they don't have
impressed.
other ships to work with.
But
And
if
that
you can give me a warning heads up, no,
is
I
RSI.
can get in position.
Well, yours should be short. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
even
mine will
if
be
you
short
go-
because I'm CS1 right now.
Right.
Now, you know, we'll skip the origin hall right now because I've got enough
Yeah,
origin
here to
ships to
hurry
work
up.
with that we don't have to take another visit there. If you happen to be in the game today, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
If nothing else,
Wonder if
it's
he
worth it
went
just to
back
see
up
the
or something.
890 jump sitting in the center here
Screw this, or
because it's big.
Well, he
maybe
probably
he ran in and didn't realize that the guards were there still, and
So what we're
that
going to do
and
is
plus your
head
boundary
to the
marker went away.
spaceport,
there he is. Well, nope, that's
Knock on
just a
wood.
guard.
Your bounty marker went away, so
and then we'll see
Right.
if there's anything we can do to help my fellow org
that's probably
mates
why he's leaving.
mates
if
in
he's
their
leaving.
life of
But
crime.
he was coming in even when that's just a guard. They're still pointing
Expo
up
lobby.
there.
If we're lucky, we'll get to the terminal of the spaceport.
Okay, I'm
If we're
almost
lucky,
into
the
the
elevators
system.
will
Once
work.
I get into the system, I'll be 30 seconds. I'll be clean, and we'll
If
go
the
on.
elevators don't work,
We can take him out because he'll have at least CS1, and we
Things will
won't
get
get
interesting.
crime stat for it.
Yeah, although if he's not in there, I'm not gonna go chase him across the galaxy either.
Oh no.
The guards are just walking around like normal, so maybe
He might have
just-
left.
it says something
Might have
about
just
the
said
game
screw
when the guards ignore the
Okay, I
criminals.
trespassed because of mental incompetence, we'll say.
Sounds about right.
That
I
is
didn't know
my
what I was
favorite
doing.
reason. 9 times out of 10, if I'm hacking a security terminal to clear out my crime stat, I will go with mental
And
incompetence.
I'm taking diplomatic immunity for the 2nd degree trespassing. And we're clean.
Alright.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a stop at the comet
Let's go
before
see
we
if
get
this
to
guy's
spaceport.
still here.
I can get in before the doors close.
Doors are now
Yes, just made it. If I were smart, I would stop and get some water, but why would I start that now?
Last I saw me was on the catwalk up here. It's eerie walking past the guards knowing that a minute ago they were shooting at you, and
Right.
I don't see any like
Oops.
guns on the ground or anything. So
Comments, don't go in here. Oh,
that guy's in his position.
I was not paying attention.
So's that guy.
Captain, doors are now closing.
I think well, the elevator's down here though.
Next stop,
I wonder if his ship's outside. And your Cuddy's still there too, Legend.
the
I see-
I
spaceport.
don't see the marker.
I have a marker for it.
Now, one of the
Maybe
weird things
maybe the
here
guards killed him.
is sometimes the train kind of
Maybe. That's why I'm
flips.
interested to see if his ship is out there somewhere.
So, you know, it feels like a bug. This happens at Lorville too sometimes, where if you
It would have been so
look on the left,
satisfying to pick him off from a distance.
and when you
like,
start moving,
outside,
everything that was on the
like
left is
as
on the
he's
right.
running in toward the base because of the turrets.
It's weird.
I'm sure I had a good reward too, because I was a CS4. I don't think I
Yeah,
got to
that'd-
5, but
That'd have been 15,000.
yeah. All right.
Well,
you
he
don't have
didn't
your-
He didn't take the turrets out.
Yeah. You didn't take your Cuddy out, so.
Nearing next stop.
I
You
wonder
don't have
why.
your
I
markers
don't.
still?
No, I don't. I'm gonna have to follow you.
That's really bizarre, because it's your ship, so.
Right.
Oh,
got me?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm behind you.
Alright, it's dead ahead of us. in
I am
case
now at the spaceport, so hopefully I'll be able to take off soon if the elevators here work.
Nice.
Otherwise, it may take me slightly longer.
Have you already hit up the Expo, Korth?
I have. I just hit the RSI hall.
Okay.
Rented a
I
few
haven't been
constellations.
That's where I plan to head next.
Yeah, let's head there.
Alright. Gotta see about my new pledge.
Did you pick up a
You,
Perseus?
you were in the middle of telling me about what you had in mind when I blue screened.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I was looking at a couple ships I could maybe melt to kind of come up with the right numbers, so.
You are going for the
Warbond,
Perseus.
can you use store credit or does it have to actually be cash?
Warbond is cash.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Okay, so you can't apply any credit at all to that one.
No.
Unfortunate.
Okay, let's see. What ship
I
shall
wonder.
we
That is
fly?
so bizarre. I wonder why I don't have my own ship's marker. I've never had that happen.
Good thing you brought me along.
Right?
RSI,
Without me.
RSI.
Other than the getting the crime stat, you'd have no one to find your ship for you.
Alright. I think
You're
we
missing a bit of your ship there, Legend.
Yeah, I've got a spare one. It's okay.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with the RSI Andromeda here. So let's
Ah, it's good to be home.
bring that
Oh
up.
yeah.
Retrieve. And you'll see that it's listed as a medium freight gunship. Whether or not it actually fills that role is an open question.
All right.
Korth, what do you think of the Perseus? If
Looks
I'm saying that
interesting.
right.
I'll withhold judgment as to how good it is until, you know, it actually lands.
Yeah. Have you heard any speculation on when that would be?
Sometime between the now and the heat death of the universe.
You know, I don't have another ship on radar.
The day after
I
that,
don't
the game
either.
will hit live.
Yeah.
Alright, here we are, the Rsi Constellation Andromeda. I like the look of the ship, honestly.
I'm very curious.
kinda has
how
an
he
industrial
pieced in
look.
and pieced out there, but
It's pretty cool,
Right?
but there are problems on this ship. There really are. And a lot of them have to do with shielding, or lack thereof.
Especially since the elevator was down. It makes me think he must have gotten killed and the turrets may have blown up his ship.
Go in
That's
here.
the only thing that makes sense.
And go up. Now, there's
Yeah,
also a
well,
cargo elevator in
yeah.
here. We'll show that off.
I mean, I'm
shortly.
assuming I saw a guy. Maybe it was one of the NPCs just running across, but they
Now,
have
the
a
lighting in
kinda
here
distinct look
honestly
to them,
sucks.
So.
Yeah.
There's no better way to say it. The lighting stinks in here until you turn on the power. It doesn't really have anything good for emergency lighting. So we're going to power it on and take a brief hop. Actually, better yet, I'll just take off and we'll do the tour after I'm in an orbital marker, so we don't have to worry about anybody complaining about
New Babbage.
occupying landing zones.
We're en route.
We have
Sweet.
heaps of MFDs. The one thing I love most about this ship, lots of
Pull up a
MFDs.
chorus stream here.
I'm about to take off in an Andromeda.
Why?
Because it's there. Why does a man climb a mountain?
That's almost as bad as taking off in a freelancer or something.
He laughs, but freelancers are awesome. In fact, I'll repeat that. Freelancers are awesome.
If you could put a core in it, you and Water could have a love child there. So.
Thank you for letting my brain go into places it should never have gone. Chat, I advise you erase that sentence from your memory now,
Yeah,
or it will
okay,
never
just a
go
minute.
away.
Sure.
Okay, let's see. Are the doors open wide enough? Let's hope they're wide enough. I can't really tell for sure. Up and out. And better yet, I didn't crash into anything. Let's take a look at the exterior view. It's hard to see because, you know, black as night. It does have VTOL engines. I'm going to close those up. It'll look a lot better once I'm in lighted areas, like, say, the other side of the planet. So, once again, we have to get to around 11 kilometers up before I can quantum anywhere. I'm going to try to aim for, oh wow, no, somewhere on the opposite side of the planet. Preferably with a landing area. There aren't a whole lot of places on the other side of the planet. What? Did they only settle one half of the planet? This is extremely annoying. Oh, I had a place selected. There we go. Research Center. That looks like a good place to set down, land, and look things over. And more importantly, people will not be shooting at us. "11 kilometers. That's a good safe
I
zone.
want to shoot you, Korth.
You have to find me first. Of course, it occurs to me that I just told everybody where I'm going.
All right.
Or they can look at the stream. Stream sniping is a thing. I'm just not a big enough streamer to, you know, for anybody to bother with.
Why are you being that way? I can't target New Babbage. I'm gonna have to hit an orbital marker.
So this will be interesting. If I upgrade or melt the two ships I was thinking, then I can pick up the Perseus for about $100. So
You have
Which
some
are
decent
you?
loaners.
what's that, Korth?
You'll get some decent loaners out of it. I'm pretty sure Hammerhead's one of them. I can't remember the other one.
Harbinger, I think.
Yeah, that was it. So that one doesn't help you all that much. But hey, you got the Hammerhead.
Right.
I mean, using that has worked out so well for us in the past. Alright, we are on approach, theoretically speaking.
That was
Pretty sure
hard
that's
at the
on.
commons unless you need to go by the spaceport. I
I don't have the engines on. No wonder it doesn't look like I'm...
I guess that's the commons though.
Now that we're lit up, you can get a better look at
I love
Yeah,
that.
remind me to get
Constellation.
blue drink at the commons.
All right.
and you can see it's got those
I'll
big
get
guns
some
up top.
Blue drink.
And I'm reasonably sure they're all gimbaled.
What
So
are you shooting at there, Korth?
I'm just demonstrating the weaponry that could be done at the pilot's seat. I should try remember to hit the push to talk for this. I'm demonstrating the weaponry that you can use from the pilot's seat on the Constellation. Something other than, you know, the turrets.
Gotcha.
There are 2 turrets on the ship, one up top, one up bottom. Well, I guess it's as good a time as any to look over the weapon systems. We have, count them, 52
Losing that
missiles.
stabilizer makes this thing fly like
28 size ones,
a
24
big
size
turd in
2s.
Atmosphere.
Cross-sectionals and
AMK,
infrareds.
second legend.
Okay.
Guns. Well, yeah, I guess these are not only showing the pilot-controlled guns. We have 4 Rhino repeaters here, so they're laser repeaters. But we also have a pair of turrets, and I don't recall exactly the size and nature of those, but I'm pretty sure they're similar. Let's see, I might be able to hop over to the vehicle loadout.
We had a
menu.
nice round number of 5 viewers, Korth.
What? I have 5? How'd that happen? I think that might be a record. They're probably bots.
Oh, somebody dropped.
Oh, this is what happens. You made them run away. You're scaring my people away. All 5 of them. And 2 of them were probably me and my bot for the Streamlabs. Yeah, I can't scroll through the weapon system, so I'll have to take it on faith that they're similar to the pilot guns. Scared off all my people, Legend.
Well, we were up
Hey,
to 5
Star
and
Angel.
somebody dropped.
Hey there, Star Angel. How's life treating you this week? Just taking ourselves in for a landing here.
What skin is that on that cutty?
One of the hazards of my stream setup
Oh,
is
that's
that
cutty
I'm
blue.
basically using a single computer for all of this, which means I don't have the ability to see who exactly is in chat. I mean, I've got the chat window on my iPad here, but that's pretty limited. I am doing okay, Star Angel. I've been having a great deal of fun during this Expo week. Been able to fly a bunch of ships that I've never had the opportunity to fly before. And thanks to my org, have had more than my share of time in prison, as always. That happens on a regular basis for our group. Okay, we're gonna land down, turn on the VTOLs. Hope I'm landing properly on this pad. I probably could have landed on a smaller pad. Okay, so let's take a walk around the Andromeda now that I'm in an area that I'm not going to have to worry about people saying, "You're hogging the landing pad. Go away or we'll store you." Turrets. Conveniently right here, top and bottom. One up there, one up there. Well, just take a quick hop in the lower turret. I can't shoot anything because I'm in an armistice zone. But we can at least get a general feel for the field of vision. It seems a little limited. I'm not sure if I can get fully 90 degrees down from
Alrighty. I'll wait on you at the
the
elevator.
horizontal plane of
sorry.
the ship.
Which elevator are you at?
Oh, I'm at the one headed to the surface.
For those who were not with us early, you are
Okay.
hearing the voices of other members of my org.
Get your
Legend
ship
and
closed
Cap.
back up.
Fresh from escaping Klesher and clearing out their
Right,
crime
should have gone to the
stats.
spaceport to do some repairs on you there.
Let's
We're
power
good.
off.
Just need a
And
little duct tape. We're all right.
He saved me
Here we
10
go.
hours of abject misery, so appreciate it.
and
Here
the
for
top
you,
end
bub.
is pretty similar. Over here, we have
Alright.
the common room. Unfortunately, it has a table here that doesn't work. Apparently,
Oh,
it
what?
used to.
Door
It doesn't
closed.
anymore.
Open
It seems to be
I'm
kind
in
of
already.
tied to the chairs
it.
here.
You're
It
in?
doesn't open up
Oh,
there.
man.
Over to the
Yes, sir.
side here, we have
Yeah,
the important room,
only all the time.
the toilet. Which, of course, doesn't seem to actually have anything in here, but it sure looks like the kind of spot for a toilet. Storage lockers.
I'm going to
What
go
I'm
ahead
a
and
little
grab the blue
surprised
drink
by-
because I'm going to forget.
Oh, here we go. We have some dedicated weapons racks. So if you have spare
nice.
guns, you can put them here.
That's a blue drink.
It's not the blue drink.
You've got 4 bunks. So plenty of room for people to log out in the ship in the middle of space.
Ah, it's at the bar.
Cargo area. And you can lower the cargo bay here, so you will be able to fit in one of the
You know, it
Ursa
throws me off
Rovers.
every time I go into the menu, it's I would expect the helmet to be under player, and it's under
Now that
item
said,
actions or something.
Right.
elevators have trouble sometimes with vehicles. It's a problem with everything with a lift, from the
I don't even know. I
890
may already have blue drink.
to the Constellation to the 600i.
A couple more.
It's a problem. You can see over here the assortment of missiles that were available here. Airlocks for the future docking gameplay.
and
We'll
one
see
to
that
drink.
someday.
Yeah, Legends buying you out a blue drink.
Moving further back,
I'm done.
Here,
I'm
try-
going to grab one more to drink.
this
You ever tried
area
the purple or
has
the,
I
components.
think they have the same stats, actually.
And
I've never really looked.
the great tragedy. In theory, this is
I
a
just don't want to
Merlin,
get different colors so
a
they'll
snub
stack.
fighter.
Uh,
It doesn't actually work though. They haven't gotten the docking
down
the
to the
ship
train.
thing nailed down yet.
All right,
But-
I'm coming.
It sounds like they're getting closer. Knock on wood.
Tell them to wait on me.
Maybe 2021. We'll see it happen.
I'll stand in the door of the train and
So now that we've taken a
Two,
brief tour of
one.
the interior, and you've
Sorry,
climbed down
wait.
this ladder to the cargo area, so
No,
now
you
we're
don't
about
have to wait.
vehicles.
you waited for me.
Okay.
We're going to take this on a spin over to Hurston, where you can find all kinds of violent
Back up to
machines.
5 viewers.
Don't scare them away, legend. I'm just about to head to Hurston to give a demonstration on the pluses and minuses of Andromeda combat.
You know what? Your viewers really want to see you get thrown into prison and break out. So
I offered
They
to
can,
let him.
they can
let
see
him
half of
stream
that at
our
almost any
breakout.
time.
I was gonna bring him and the viewers along, but
It's Expo week. I could not deprive them of the Expo. That is the big selling point for this
you
week.
act like
know.
you don't have any faith in our prison capabilities.
I have the utmost faith in your prison escapability.
yeah, when Legend and I are doing it, it's only like a 10 minute, 20-minute adventure. So it's
My
It's nice.
escapability is a little bit worse. Odds are that somewhere along the line, I will have an entire stream dedicated to getting out of jail. It'll be a comedy,
Perfect.
obviously.
Yeah, we'll guest star.
Yeah. I've already come up with a half dozen new crazy ideas for breaking out chorus, so it's
How
there will
can you
be
have
no
many-
shortage of
How does that
goofy
work?
ideas. Where'd you go, Legend?
I'm in a different one.
Alright.
Once we get to 11 kilometers, we'll be able to jump out of here and head towards Hurston.
Apparently, the expo halls are underground, way underground.
Right?
Now again, I have plans for next week's stream, which will
Like
be
20 kilometers.
interesting, that I will
around
announce
my cutting
once we get
marker.
closer to the end of the
Oh,
stream
really?
today.
That is a ways. Dang.
23,
But I think it will
24,
be interesting
25.
and
Seeing it.
educational.
Holy cow. You weren't
It'll be
kidding.
educational for somebody, that's for certain.
How'd they get those ships down here then?
Right?
They built them piece by piece and reassembled them.
They had to have. I just figured they opened like it was like just below the surface, so it opened like a
Okay,
big
our
dome.
goal is to
but
get
dang.
done first.
It's not like space is at a premium over there on the surface. They could have.
You mean it's not like ArcCore? Where
Do
there's
the
living
Phoenix.
people everywhere?
I'm renting the Phoenix.
Alright.
I want to rent the Phoenix and the Mantis.
You can have my Mantis. If I could get rid of it, I would.
You could have used it to upgrade to your Perseus.
Well, it's not a. It's an in-game purchase, so. It doesn't.
Have you ever been in the Phoenix?
Yes.
I'm about to. I think.
The Phoenix is nice.
Where
Phoenix is the luxury variant of the
Are you
Constellation.
in? Are
I'm
you
in.
on it? Okay.
And it's interesting. I can see its attraction. But as far as luxury ship goes, I have other preferences. One of which we will be demonstrating after we engage in a bit of ultra-violence against the
Oops.
Pirates of
Apparently I
Ursa.
wasn't on it.
Oops.
In hindsight, I probably should have checked the quantum drive on here, although that doesn't really make a difference
Little
because I can't
aquarium,
replace it.
fish are extra.
But
Eh.
oh my
Little
yes, take a look at that.
bar,
538 seconds to get
hot
there.
Like
tub.
a shuffleboard table or something.
There's a
We're
hot
going to have to
tub,
deal
the
with my
water's
stream of
extra.
consciousness for substantially longer than I'd anticipated.
Well, it would drown you if you stepped in it, you know, even ankle deep.
Who would have thunk that a ship this
It's
big,
a sweet looking ship. I'll give
I
it
know.
that.
all those
right?
engines,
I like the little bedroom. and
suck with their
stuff.
speed.
Uh-huh.
It almost gives Chorus Origin ships a run for their money. So
You know,
Up, down.
not size-wise, but
Nope,
you know,
back away.
luxury.
yeah,
Let's
I
see.
like it.
Oh right, my headlights
too.
are not working. There's a bug that happens. You bought yourself a Nomad last weekend, starring ugly,
Maybe
but it
they'll
has
make,
LTI.
space tourism
It is not a bad
a
ship.
thing, you know?
I've flown that around for the when it
Yeah,
became
little
available during
aquarium
the
behind
Expo.
the bed, and we'll have
It's
fish
a,
one day.
I like to
maybe?
think of it as
Yeah.
a space pickup
when
truck
creatures wander into the game.
because you know it certainly gives you that imagery.
It's like being on a really nice
It
airplane.
kind of worries me though, having your cargo sitting there out in the open like
Dig
that.
it.
It's not so much that
too.
staying
Of
in
course,
place.
it's so dark as,
That's
If
2001
everything stays in
A
place
Space
with all the
Odyssey
high-speed
plans.
maneuvers of these other ships, I have no problem believing they'll stay in place in the back of the Nomad.
don't think so.
But if the
Are you
back
sure?
shields go,
No, I'm not. But
enemy
I mean, it
fire
just
is hitting your
sounds-
cargo first. Now,
Yes,
maybe that's actually a
you
thing,
know, but,
maybe it's not. I don't know how
where
physicalized
did we
they've
come
done all
from?
this.
I don't know. I'm taking a different elevator
It would make
down
me nervous.
because I can't find the one we came down in.
Of course, that
Just
said,
jump.
they're already through your
Jump.
back shields, so
Oh,
probably going to
too
your
late.
back home pretty quickly anyway. Tesla
Alright.
pickup truck. You bet. I do have to admit, I got a kick out of its floating landing gear.
Take me down.
I guess it was inevitable that there'd be something like that because
At least this one puts rails.
you've got
on
hover
it.
bikes
Oh,
already,
never
so
mind.
hover technology exists.
Alright,
Why not
that
use
was
them for
cool.
landing gear?
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
It just astounds me.
Hey,
Just
Corinth, have you
amazing.
looked to see who got the paints today?
I did look, but I didn't pay that close attention. I think it was the Mantis.
Yeah.
You.
Waste. You have one of these already, don't you?
It's just amazing to me
Yeah, I
that
already
the
got one.
Consolidated Outland people
Although,
are the people who have
Maybe I'll
innovated
rent one
the
again and
hovering landing gear. Of all people,
For these? Yeah.
I'm gonna rent one just in case.
they would have been the
I might
last
rent one
people I would have
too.
expected.
Just I want to see if I can get two of them side by side in a Valkyrie.
It is a nice change. It makes it unique, and you know, I'm a big fan of stuff that makes ships stand out.
Already rented. Okay.
We are 23 million kilometers to Hurston.
I like the way it tucks the turrets off to
Mhm.
the side.
Make a note, if you ever decide to
more
pick up a
ships did
Constellation
that.
Andromeda,
Right.
upgrade that quantum
Just
drive
sticking 'em way up.
first.
Like the MSR. Oh my god, I cannot believe it does not.
Right. Yeah, that's one of my.
Just don't dig this ship.
What's the Polaris is what now? Or what's its role supposed to be?
It's listed as a Corvette.
And what's the Perseus supposed to be then?
Gunship.
It's smaller than the Polaris. Way
Oh,
smaller.
really?
But apparently it should be able to blow up
Polaris.
Or so the
Yeah,
market
well,
would
they
have you
hadn't said
believe.
said what size guns they are yet, has it?
Well, they have a downloadable brochure that I have not looked over yet.
The Perseus is supposed to be like 100 meters long, I think.
Now I'm kind of
It's
curious. Where is
not
the...
a bad looking little ship. I'm
Let me see if
I
I
like
can bring
the-
that up here.
Yeah, I like the profile of it.
Perseus.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I like
probably gonna use my Prowler as an upgrade for this, and then
You gonna give up the Prowler?
Okay, let's take a quick
well,
look
I don't
at the
think
Perseus
so.
stats,
Correct me if
shall
I'm
we?
wrong, but I was gonna use it for this, but then I can just wait to apply it, right? So that I can keep using the Prowler for
Is there
Oh,
a
yeah,
zoom
yeah,
on here?
yeah,
No.
you
Okay,
can.
that's history.
So that's my plan. I'm gonna melt my Ghost.
They're talking.
Use the credit on that plus the
Manual turrets.
Prowler.
It just looks like a Connie.
Forest.
Oh, the Taurus.
It has 20
Then-
size 5 torpedoes.
Say that again?
Perseus has 20 size 5 torpedoes.
Oh no! Why didn't they give it size 9?
Because 20 would be unreal.
Well, I mean, they don't have to give 20, but
Okay, here's the full story. It has 2 manned size 7 guns, turrets,
okay.
Wow.
2 either automatic or remote twin size 3 ballistic Gatlings, and it has 2 size 5 torpedo tube launchers, 10 torpedoes per launcher. There's your
Yep.
combat stats.
I'm doing
Okay.
it. Doing it.
Well, my Iron's got a single size 7.
Where are we? Where's...
Let's go
Yeah,
back
well,
to
that's
the
what-
beginning,
yeah,
where we're
the Ion
still in
has-
quantum
Yeah, I just want to
travel.
go grab the Mantis. I probably won't even pull it, but I'm gonna rent it just in case I get a wild hair.
Yeah, why not?
It's free. Rent everything you can.
Right. I'm not gonna rent the Auroras because I don't want to clog up my hangar.
Goobering up your hangar.
Yeah.
I rented almost all the Auroras. I want to see what the Luxury Aurora is like.
Is there a luxury one?
I think the LN, I think.
Because we'll go
That
in
could be
it.
the Star
Go in
Citizen
it, yeah,
Enterprise.
check it out.
Well, you know, I could kind of see that. It's got
What's your
torpedo
heart rate
launchers.
now, Legend?
It's got some
140.
weapons.
Mine's 170. I win.
Of course, it's also a lot smaller than the Enterprise, even if you go back to the
Alright,
original
rented the
series.
Mantis.
Although it
let's
might be
figure out
close
which one
to
of
the-
these is luxury.
Enterprise,
Alright, I'm over at the
Enterprise,
CL,
the
which
NX-01
says,
variant.
Perfect for entrepreneurs and seasoned
Might
traders.
be closer to that.
Expanded cargo capability. I don't even know. I've never even. I don't know.
Okay,
that I've
we
ever
are
been
less
on
than a
Aurora.
minute to Hurston.
I don't even know how you. How do
We
you
have
even
been quietly
it's the
chugging
LX.
along.
Is the luxury?
For the discerning pilot, never forgets where he or she came from. Features patent leather interior.
That's it. Yep.
Rich
That's probably the
Corinthian
one.
leather.
Yeah, because this one's a fighter. This one's a fighter.
I really have trouble with the idea of an Aurora being a luxury variant. Then again,
How
I
do you
said
get
that
to
about
the cargo in
one of the
the-
100 series from Origin, so what do
Yeah,
I
the
know?
Aurora Deluxe is listed as Pathfinder.
Closing in painfully on Hurston.
Is the cargo like external? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't see anything different in here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that cargo areas for the MR, for example, are underneath the ship.
Is this one in the middle here? Oh, that's the Mantis.
Yeah.
I like.
You have the
Mantis,
ship
it's
and you
just-
don't recognize it?
I never pull it out, so. And I've never
Screw,
seen it
but
like
would be
in,
nice.
you know, a well-lit.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking
it's
forward
too paper
to
thin.
trying that out
you can kill it in about 4
when
shots.
it comes out in the game
and it serves
for rent,
absolutely no purpose
probably
right
during
now,
an expo.
I'm
for
in the
virtual
LX.
currency, I
Let's take a
regretted
look at contracts. We want to try out
I'm in the LX.
Firepower.
I don't see anything.
I just
and the
fell through
maneuverability.
world.
Oh, you did?
So,
Oh.
you know, I really don't want to do it, but we'll do a crime stat 4 bounty.
Well, that's going to respawn
which will
you.
probably get me killed.
Where is that going to respawn you?
I don't have
You
that kind
haven't
of
been
faith
anywhere.
in
Should put me in
this
Everest,
ship's
I
abilities
think.
to fight.
I hope.
But then again,
Don't put me back in prison.
things have changed a lot since the last time I've done this. So,
Yep,
especially
they're
with
down like
business scale.
1,500 meters and going.
Yep.
oh right, our destination,
Watch that first step. It's a
Aberdeen.
doozy.
Ironically enough, where my compatriots have recently left. Mainly because that's where Clutch
Well, at least you got to see everything before you fell through the world.
Yeah, I got happy enough. I wish they'd make the hollow models a little bit bigger, but you know.
Again, this is a painfully,
I'm still
disgustingly
angry that
slow quantity
the
drive.
wasn't.
You see, they in the announcements they said that tomorrow, or well, not necessarily tomorrow, but sometime toward the end of the trade show, they'll have like an armor day.
Yeah, weapons, armor, all that stuff. That'll be coming
Yeah.
out the day after RSI Day, which I guess would be tomorrow. Or maybe the day
Yeah.
after.
Alright, let's see.
It'll be interesting to see how they do that.
The deal of the day is.
Those are awful big halls to be displaying armor and weapons that are, you know, versatile
Right.
weapons.
It's gonna be this like tiny little display at the far end of the big room. I was thinking that they would try to like on the final days like put a few of every ship
Weapons are-
manufacturer's like flagship type, you know, ships
Okay,
around
primary
to
target
populate
is
it just
located.
to make it kind of full
No.
looking.
Let's see how well Andromeda will do against the backdrop of Aberdeen. Which is what I'm
Ooh,
doing.
Cap,
I am taking.
the,
I am doing some hits. They are doing damage.
Perseus has an exclusive VIP skin available.
Too much. Oh, that worked out
I
well.
saw that. $20 or something like that.
Well,
If
I
you-
thought
if
they
you
Now at
warm
this point,
bond
every
it,
other target is great. Oops,
Yeah, if you
someone
warm
just hit
bond
me.
it, I think it comes with it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think
That
I
is
think
not a
you
good
have to.
stick.
Yeah, the paint daily.
Now,
paint
if I
is
had
really
turrets
nice.
being manned here, they would be firing
Yeah.
all along on this.
Yeah. I guarantee no one that bought a
I'm
Mantis
probably
is
going
like,
to want
this
to make
is
sure
money
I
well
try out
spent
to
right
demonstrate
now.
the turret play somewhere along the line.
Okay.
As you can see, though,
Let's see.
the maneuverability on this ship
ship
is
future flyable.
awful. I mean, you
There's the
turning
Apollo
is slow,
medevac,
it's
which will
lumbering.
never get done.
That's why
So
I
the
didn't want to do a
Polaris and the
CS4 on
Perseus
this
are
one,
the
because
same-
they're just going to maneuver
roughly the
all
same
around
cost.
and pick me apart. On the other hand,
Yeah.
there are other alternatives.
I didn't pay
Polaris.
attention.
The Polaris is another. War bond is another $75.
If I get these guys like
I'll have to look
a
at
kilometer
those a
away,
little
I
bit
can
then,
start
'cause
locking
I don't know
missiles
what
on them. I probably should have done that to start.
the difference in them is.
Oh, bad move. He stayed still too long.
That with them being that close in price, you want to probably compare pretty closely.
Yeah.
Around.
Well,
Looks
they
like there's
had
another Buccaneer.
somewhere in the Chairman Club stuff. Oh, the RSI Complete pack is pricey.
These guys are just flying
That
right
makes
up behind me.
sense.
Okay, you know what, guys?
There was, somewhere else there was one.
You want to
though.
do that? We're going to put some distance between us.
Did you see it, Korath? Somewhere they had a maybe it was just on the main pledge store or something, but they had like some new pack that's like it was like the Perseus and the Polaris for a certain amount. But where was that?
What, that ambush pack?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Where was that? Where'd you see that at?
It might have been a chairman thing, or it might not have been.
Yeah, I don't know that it was chairman. I think I saw it.
But I don't
Just
think it
on-
had, I think it was Perseus and a pair of arrows, I thought.
They had that was next to it, but there was another one too. Yeah, and I didn't understand the pair of arrows thing, but
Yeah, the only thing I can think of that is that they were figuring, hey, here's a free LTI token. Let's see, distance is the
yeah,
key. Yeah, you're right there, Star Angel.
okay, here it is. Yeah, they
I had
have
to do this
a,
over again out of just throwing out a huge amount of
interceptor
missiles to
pack,
start.
they call it.
Actually, the
And
real
then an
key is
ambush
have
pack.
gunners.
The ambush pack was a Polaris, no, sorry, a Perseus and 2 arrows. And then the
Good
interceptor
news is when I do
pack
land hits,
is a Perseus,
they are
an Eclipse,
significant
a
hits.
Harbinger, a Sentinel, and a Mantis. With lifetime insurance.
Oh, how about that? Someone's in range. Now that is how you use the missiles in a constellation. Now let's see if I can get that last target. Buccaneers are annoying. They're fast, they're well gunned.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that one.
And he's just
Yeah,
running
definitely.
circles around me.
Of course, remind your viewers that the big steam false sail is on.
Oh, there you have it. The big steam fall sail is on.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I haven't looked at it myself, so I can't say anything one way or the other on that.
You don't do steam?
Not much. Amazingly, most of the stuff I play have their own launchers.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I got a lot on
Star
Steam.
Citizen isn't
I
on
know,
straight
God, I got
Steam.
tons of steam.
Star Trek Online, well, okay,
Yeah,
that's on Steam,
games
but I've been playing off the
that I
Arc
got
launcher
on
forever
sale
on that, so I
and
Oh, yeah.
can't.
Big it up.
Such good. Yeah, same way. I bought Portal for the kids the other day, and they won't stop playing it. I said I've never actually
he's staying
used
still.
it before,
He's staying.
so it's. But it's like if it's $3, how do you?
Oh,
turn it
right.
down?
Well, that was
Exactly.
abusive. They work, yes. Yes, they do. It's nice. It was good to see that the missiles were functional. And we have a number of
Alright,
missiles on
I'm
here.
gonna
We've
go
got
research
the
these
Marksmen
a little bit.
and the Strike Force 2.
I'm gonna fly to Everest. I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop out. I'll be on later, but I want to look into these a bit, see what I can do. Work
Good
some
for it.
numbers like Korath.
Use the spreadsheet. It is magic.
Oh, I've got one. Trust me.
Oops. It seems that I've got some folks
It's
spawning in
password
here
protected,
who
though,
are
'cause if these numbers were ever
pirates.
exposed to the
You know what? I was going to go jump out and
to my boss, then
I'm going to jump out and go to Everest and go to the
Fired.
next ship.
Yes,
Well,
same.
Oh, and it's a constellation too. So
deep-
what I'm going to do is
deeply
I'm going to let
held
him
state
fly
secret,
by.
So it's
I'm going to arm up the next weapons.
cut that out of your stream, Korath.
You realize that the whole point behind live
post production, would you?
you realize that the whole point behind live stream is it's live, right? Let's see
Actually,
how we
I've
do
never
against
done
the
it, so no,
competitor.
it's new to me, but becoming aware of that. All right, fellas, I'm gonna hop off a bit. Korath, enjoy the rest of the stream.
Take it easy, Cap.
Legend, thanks for the rescue. I'll catch you guys online a little bit later here.
Let's get our next target, who is a Buccaneer. Oh god, it had to be another Buccaneer.
Legend must have blue screened again.
Let's swap out to smaller missiles. Ah, notice he got just within range.
See it, Korath.
He evaded the incoming missiles by flying too close. These days, missiles have a minimum range, so if they're too close, they can't shoot you. And you can't shoot them. Personally, given how many times I've been missiled in the past, I am all for that solution. I am getting hits. Oh, desync. Now I've lost eyes on target.
Just I won't be flying back to Everest. I blue screen.
Here we go. What, are you in jail again?
No, I blue screen. PC crash.
Ouch. Must
I
have
have a bad
maneuvers.
memory stick or something, and when I try to run too much crap lately, it blue screens on me.
Yeah, we are kind of resource intensive here.
Yeah, trying to run No Man's Sky at the same time because I keep a timer going on it.
Well, no wonder.
Listen.
Here we go. Now there should be a couple waves of these guys. So we might have some more Andromedas to take out.
Alright. I'm taking a break. All the course viewers, nice chatting with y'all. We gotta run and enjoy the rest of the stream.
Take it easy, legend.
Later, my brother.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to have more opponents coming in. So we are going to head back to Everest, and we will go with the next starship on our list of things to do. I think it is safe to say that the Constellation Andromeda is probably best with a crew. Because it can't maneuver very well, and since it requires distance for those missiles to really come into play, it's the same tactic as the Talon, shoot from a distance and fly by. Yep, I can't argue with that. The thing is, though, that when you fly by, you eventually have to turn back towards your target. And, well, this thing maneuvers like a bus. On the bright side, I think that all my parts are still attached, which is a plus. Usually, if Constellation starts taking damage, one of the engines decides to go on vacation. The marker for Everest Harbor continues to move around, so... There we go. But having turret gunners helps a lot when you have those ships flying by you, because then the turret gunners will just shoot behind you. And if you have the gyro mode on, you can be turning around, and they'll still be able to keep weapons on target. At least that's the theory. Now, there are a lot of people who complain about the struts in the cockpit of the Constellation class, but I like them because I can use them to block out the sun so I can actually see where I'm flying. Ships that don't have struts, you get blinded by the light of Stanton. This way, you can at least see what's going on. Now we're going to increase speed because I would kind of like to get to Everest Harbor sometime this year. In hindsight, I'm kind of glad we didn't have the lower CS bounties, but because they would have a lot more fighters. Well, not a lot more fighters, but the proportion of fighters to medium-sized ships would be significant. Alright, let's Everest Harbor it. Communications are open. Alright, we'll also have to deal with the little irritant of having security ships. And someone is shooting at me. Oh, looks like I'm going to have some violence done to me here today. Of course, for all I know, it's Legend shooting at me. No, it's not Legend, because he's too far away. What really amuses me is that the famed security forces of Everest Harbor are apparently sitting on their butts and ignoring all of it. Oh, that's a little bit of excitement here, isn't it? Turn off the engines, but we're going to leave the power on because I'm pretty sure we don't want to have the ship blow out before I've gotten out of it. Alright, and I am out of the ship, so they can go ahead and have a field day continuing to pepper the ship, and it doesn't matter anymore because I am out of it. Have fun, fighter guy. The Andromeda actually tanked that pretty well. I'm kind of surprised. That said, I was kicking it with a bunch of countermeasures. It's cute that he thinks I care about it at this point. The thing's a rental, and it has no cargo on board. All the guy's doing is demonstrating how high a crime stat he wants to have. Crime stat. So he's probably got a bounty on him. So it's probably this Chiron guy. Just for tracking purposes. And if you can't blow it up by the time I get it, well, I may be able to store it, or I may not. It's hard to say. I could always server hop, but not really interested in doing that at the moment. Well, I'm still seeing the marker for the Andromeda, so it is clearly still there. Now, I've got no idea if I'll be able to store it or not because I didn't land as cleanly as I tried to under most circumstances. Store. I've taken the football away. Now, the next ship on our tour for today is going to be the Origin 600i. Now, that may sound kind of familiar because I may have done it before, but there is a difference. You see, this one is the touring variant. The 600i that you can purchase in-game with in-game credits is the exploration variant, and that's different. It has scanning stuff and cargo stuff, that kind of thing. Ah, looks like someone blew up the guy who was outside, I guess. That should make leaving Everest a little bit easier. Ah, the elevators at Everest. Much like real life, you hit the buttons, and then after a while you wonder if it's working, hit the button again, make it go faster. Hangar 4. Am I having lag spikes? Oh, I'm getting some serious frame rate drop here. Wow. Wow, what happened? Let me see if I've got an issue going on somewhere. Stream quality is still decent, so that's not it. I don't know. Oh my god. Well, this explains a bit. Oh, that's... Oh my god. Oh, somebody clip this. Something horrible has happened here today. Oh my god. Well, this... Oh, this is going to make the highlight reel, as far as I'm concerned. Well, that explains the frame rate issues. Oh, what a mess! Oh, what a mess! Is that parts of it? Yeah, it's a bug. Big surprise there, right? It's an alpha. It's an alpha. It's an alpha. Okay, boys and girls, I think we have my new screenshot for... Oh my god, I crashed! Let me get some, I have a screen that I use for the potential of having game crashes happen. Let me see if I can bring it... Well, I don't think I can bring it up from here. I gotta bring it up in the labs. It would come up like this. And that's what I was using for crashes. But I think I have a new contender right here because... Wow! It's horrible and beautiful at the same time. Alright. We will not be demonstrating the 600i touring at the moment. Oh boy. We'll have to pull that out somewhere that, you know, isn't here. Oh, that is just beautiful. All right then. Why don't we try something else? Let's go back to our RSI complement. Yeah, I guess I should at least. Well, no, I was talking about seeing the Luxury Aurora, so. The only problem with that, well, no, we'll do it anyway. The worst that can happen is to get blown up on the pad. There's nothing that it can do that can compare with what happened there. That reminds me. 600i. Let's claim that. We'll expedite once I'm down on Lorville or somewhere other than here. Pad 3. Lx. Math is hard. Your first clip. Thank you. This is probably the first clip that's been made of any of my videos ever, because that was worth it. I'm going to make a note to myself to make sure I highlight that, because that is worth immortalizing. Now, the Aurora Lx is billed as the luxury variant of the Aurora. Now, you gotta say, come on, look at this. It's a flying box. How can it be luxurious? I mean, it's not like there's any room in here. So, hey, let's take a look and see if it actually lives up to the billing. I'm going to freely admit I'm not optimistic. Oh, let's power on the ship first. If nothing else, I think we've seen that having shields available would be very handy right now. Alright, now that the lights are on, let's take a look at our Luxury Aurora, shall we? Ooh, look at that luxurious bed. Okay, it's not really that luxurious, it's nice and cramped. And, wow, look at the cockpit. Can't even get a good look at the front. Let's take a look outside and see it from outdoors. Maybe I'll have a better look with it now that it's lit up. Yeah, maybe not. I honestly don't know what they were thinking. That said, I have the same opinion about the luxury variants of the 100 series of Org. Luxury Touring, I think they had it listed as. Oh, there's a hostile. But is he a hostile?
Engines are on. Take off complete.
Let's do a scan. Gladius. No pilot, which is interesting. No life signs, which are interesting. Curiouser and curiouser. Let's fly away a bit. I just want to take a quick look at the weapon systems. We have 2 missiles. They are cross-sectionals, size 2, strike packages, which means they explode when they hit, not when they're in proximity. Guns, just 2 guns, Bulldog repeaters. I do believe that we have space for 2 more guns on here. Now we are going to go land over at Lorville. And by that time I should be able to spawn in the 600i Touring again. Except this time, hopefully there will only be one of them that has not merged into a duplicate version. It was still bloody hilarious, though. Alright. Lorville. It was pretty much one of my favorite places to be as far as trading goes, because it's convenient to one of the better cargo runs from Bezdek and Latham to here at the Central Business District. It's a decent run for cargo running. I like doing it, but it does have the disadvantage of requiring you to hop on the train to get to the said business district from the spaceport, and then back again. It is time-consuming, but I'll take it. It gives it that real feeling. It feels like, yes, this is a real place. You gotta go to places to do stuff. I'm just fine without having instant travel doohickeys happen. Why are they not giving me a landing pad? I better slow down, I might have overshot. Nope, there we are. Now you gotta go into the landing splines, or otherwise autopilot starts getting involved, and the last thing you want is autopilot involved, because unpredictable things can happen, like exploding. Although that's more of a problem at ArcCore, and around Area 18. Alright, cut the cruise control. And identify, oh, right there. And the hangar bay doors are closing already. Yes, I am trying to shoot the hangars. I'm not allowed to because I'm in an armistice zone on a planet, so I can't shoot them. Which is good because I would start getting massive prime stat in. Is that a ship? Oh, maybe that's somebody else's. Let's try this again.
That request has already been granted.
It's over here. I'm looking at the wrong landing bay. The other one, yes. If I had just glanced over at my chat, I would have had much more accurate information in my eyeballs. What can I say? I've gotten too used to the hangar doors closing on me in this game. I personally think the folks who operate the hangar doors at Lorville should be fired. Of course, I have similar issues with the folks who do the same thing in the space stations. With the exception, ironically, of Grim Hex. Of all the space stations out there, the criminal one is the one that's most polite with their hangar doors. That seems wrong. Drop down ladder and walk on out. Alright, let's get to the elevators, get to the spaceport terminals. We'll see if we have any better luck with the 600i this time. Surely we can't have two spawning at the same place again, can we? You would think that by now I would learn not to taunt fate like that. It's an illness. I recognize this. I was beginning to wonder if we were having a 30k for as long as the doors were sitting there open. Like the old landing pad of Grimhex better. Well, you know what? Those landing pads are technically still there. Now, I don't know what will happen if you land on them. I don't know if that would give you a storage warning or fine or something like that. But those pads are still present. I guess you could almost look at them as a criminal way to land at a criminal outpost. That would be called irony. Alright, let's expedite the 600i. And see if we can get that out there this time. Preferably one version as opposed to multiple versions. Hangar 4. You know, I'm going to try not to take this as a bad omen, but I'm pretty sure that Hangar 4 at Everest Harbor was where it spawned the last time. So the fact that this is telling me Hangar 4 again is a little nervous. Next time, try that. Oh, you know what? You know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. I'm liking that idea, actually. I'm liking it an awful lot. If we can manage to get out of the gravity well of... Oh, there we go. If we can manage to get out of the gravity well of Hurston, we'll head out... Well, I don't know if their landing pads are big enough for this ship this size. We'll go to Port Olisar, and then grab a ship, go to Grimhex, land there, on one of the old landing pads. And we'll see what happens. I am liking the idea of this. The only reason I'm not going to do the 600i for it is because I am not 100% certain if it'll fit on any of those landing pads. Because I don't recall trying to land a large ship at Grimhex back in the day. Now, you may be more familiar with the 600i from the Exploration variant, which you can purchase at, or at least you can rent at Lorville. You might be able to purchase it too at New Deal, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look. But as you can see, instead of having a scanning area, we have this Nice hardwood floor. That's always a selling point for new houses and all that. Hardwood floors. We have a ship with a hardwood floor. We have multiple suites, which have their own bathroom, shower combo. The famous toilets. Beds. Non-functional closets. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Going further back, you have pretty much standard stuff. You have the same thing that you see on the touring version, which is the bar here, table, downstairs TV room, pool table on the far side, kitchen area in the other. That's standard for 600 eyes, whether it's exploration or touring. But unlike the exploration, you can go down these stairs into what would ordinarily be the cargo bay for the exploration variant, but instead you have your own private lounge with plant life here. You get a view of the underside of the ship, which probably looks a lot better when you're not, landed. And you go further back here and you've got the captain's quarters. I need to update my currently flying here now that I've got this thing working properly. So we're very much a different feel for this version of the 600i. Go back to the top deck and we'll say farewell to Hurston and head to our next stop, touring, because after all this is a touring ship, so we are going to tour our way to Port Olisar. Now these are what I see as luxury seats. They look comfortable. Beat that, RSI. Power everything on.
Origin showboards at your service. Core system operational.
Now the ship does have weapon systems, because, self-defense is important. 16 missiles, all of which are strike packages, cross-section, size 3, so they will pack a punch. And you've got an assortment of M7A cannons, laser cannons. And I believe those are controllable. I think those are controllable from the pilot seat. I think there may be remote turrets available instead, though, so don't hold me to that. We'll find out momentarily. It is a nice ship, really. Okay. If I were a set of landing splines or takeoff splines, where would I be? I would be here.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Now, 600i touring does kind of give you the feel of a luxury ship. It's not quite the same scale as the huge, massive 890 jump space yacht. But this is more for a smaller crowd, where you would use an 890 for hobnobbing with the rich and famous and having a corporate Christmas dinner there or something like that. This would be more for personal pleasure craft. At least that's my interpretation. Too much luxury spoils the kids. Yeah, that's probably a good point. You should definitely make the kids use less luxurious ships to start with, like a Freelancer, for example. I'm poking the nose of the folks in my org here. They're big fans of the Cutlass series, and I'm a fan of the Freelancers, so we tend to razz each other on that kind of thing on a fairly regular basis. That said, I do have certain things in mind involving Cutlasses in the near future. Stay tuned. Once we hit the 9-kilometer height here, which I like better than the 11-kilometer at Microtech, we will be able to start our course to the gas giant of Crusader, and from there to the space station of Port Olisar. Where there may or may not be violence happening. Things happen in the Crusader orbit. Like the Freelancer, I am not good. I will never argue with that. I'm a fan of the Freelancer. I've flown, at this point I've flown all the variants. But there's something about the baseline Freelancer that I just happen to like. I feel like that I can pretty much do almost anything in it. It's not good, it's not really good at anything, but it's pretty decent at everything. Well, except mining, but let's face it, you need to be specialized to do mining stuff. Then again, it can fit Grey Cat Rock, so I guess, technically speaking, it does do okay with mining, with a little bit of help. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Freelancer. I did take the chance to fly the Max for the first time during the Expo, and it's a little more unwieldy than the baseline Freelancer, but you can understand that since it's a bigger ship and has all that cargo. Space trucking. Yes. Although these days, I think from now on, if I think of space trucking, I'm going to think of the Nomad. I'm going to think of Freelancer as a UPS truck. Or FedEx. Or home delivery vehicle of your choice. That said, however, I'm afraid the Freelancer is now second in my heart, thanks to the recent release of the Mercury Star Runner. I'm pretty sure that Star Runner is going to be what I consider my main driver right now, even though it sucks down hydrogen fuel like a vacuum cleaner. I mean, seriously. It's like a starving man at a buffet. It sees all that hydrogen, goes nom 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 nom. Suddenly, before you're out of atmosphere, you're like 15-20% of your hydrogen fuel gone. I might be slightly exaggerating, but not by much. I thought I fixed the display on that. There we go. I'm still showing as flying the Rsi Aurora. I thought I fixed that, but apparently I didn't. Stupid keyboard shortcuts. I expect better of my keyboard. Much better. Pesky 15-second delays. Alright, we are 13 million out, so I figure just a couple more minutes before arrival. That gives me plenty of time to hop off out of the flight deck here and see what that underside glass looks like when we're not landed. Do run, run, run. Oh, nope, I shouldn't sing like that. I don't want the DMCA to get me. No, I wonder why they bothered having that grid in there. I mean, it's not like I have to fall through here because I'm standing on glass. And here I am jumping up and down in it, space armor. So hopefully it's a little stronger than glass. It is a pretty nice lounge area. Definitely a passenger craft. You know, when I see something that's labeled engineering, I can't help but try to see if I can open anything. I guess not. That may be for the best. Oops, I think I'm also going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way. I want to be going to the front, back to the flight deck. Because we are going to be arriving at Crusader at any moment. Yes, I can actually see it from here. That must be why they call it a gas giant. And let's get my communications set up here. One day, they're going to make the MFDs persistent. I live for that day. The 300 series has a nice window like that too. Yeah, they have that window all on the, except it's above you, right? It's that nice. It's a very good view. You can just look up and see the stars above you. Origin knows how to make a visually appealing ship, both interior and exterior. Gotta give them that. Truly magnificent. Alright. We're in the armistice zone now, so we should be close enough to get a landing pad.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And then we'll grab something to take over to Grim Hex. And I think I know just the ship I want to do. Let's get the landing gear down. Not like I have to worry about atmosphere drag or anything. Get myself turned a little bit. I've always liked the design of Olisar. I recognize that it has its issues, like the fact that it has these landing pads, which means pad rammers can have a field day. But for the most part, I think it's a pretty decent design. If it would allow you to take an interior elevator or something to get to the other struts, I think it would be perfect. Unfortunately, the common wisdom is that Olisar's days are numbered. That once they put in the landing zone of Orison here at Crusader, Olisar will go bye-bye. I would hate to see that happen. I mean, for a starting player, this was a great place to be, to get all your starting equipment, learn how to fly everything, don't have to worry about irritating details like gravity to start with. But the whole existence of pad rammers and the like kind of started making a very poor beginning experience for new players. So I get why they decided to remove it from the new player selection list and went exclusively with, well, planet-side locations. You don't want your first impression of this game to be, hey, a jerk pilot rammed his ship in mine and blew it up before I could even take off. So, I understand. Run, 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 run for the... Oh, it's all recycling. Open Sesame. Plus, of course, I'm always a fan of places that have the hab area practically right next door to the vehicle retrieval terminals. You really can't go wrong on that. Now, coming up for our next contestant. Oh, I thought I had the Mantis rented, but I guess I didn't rent the Mantis. Oops. Okay, well, you know what? We were talking about the 300 series. Let's grab the 315 Alpha. Sorry, 315P. B07. Well, if nothing else, I'll be sure that it will be able to land on the proper pad. Now, 315 is being labeled as a pathfinder, so its primary reason for existence, like as not, doesn't exist yet. Because the whole exploration thing is still in development. Which isn't surprising since there's only one star system currently in the game. Once again, Origin cannot help but put its logo on the side there. As if the design of the ship wouldn't be enough of a clue. Alright, interior, very nice. We've got the weapons rack here in the front, well, in the back here. Good enough for 2 weapons. We've got a kitchenette. If you pledge on the store, you can do some ads and add-ons that'll give little things like coffee makers and the like on there. I understand that a coffee maker will actually work with the hydration logic in this game, which is terrific. Other side, we've got a bed. This is the one you have, and it's a stealth build. Well, you know, that's actually probably a reasonable thing to do for a ship this size. I can see how it would work out pretty well. We have 4 MFDs. Let's take a quick glance at the weaponry available. 2 missiles. They are size 2s, cross-sectionals, and they are proximity loads here, which means they do not necessarily have to hit the target. They just have to get close to the target before they explode. And we've got a pair of shredder repeaters here. Ballistic ammunition. So this is a pretty respectable light craft. Let's take a look at the fuel tank. It's got 830 fuel. That is a significant improvement over most ships of this size, which makes sense because this is a Pathfinder. With this, I can probably make a round trip from here to Microtech, maybe? Yes, I could go to Microtech and back with the quantum engine I have default in this ship. Oh, you're looking to use this ship for smuggling. That's certainly workable, obviously. It's got the room for smuggler packages that you can put in that wide area back here. I mean, this ship is very good to do box missions in. Even today, with most of the box missions being 3 boxes, you have plenty of room, and for smuggling missions, you usually don't have to worry about too many more than 1 box, I'm pretty sure. So as long as you can evade little details like security scans, you're in pretty good shape. And I would think that if this thing has a Pathfinder role, it's got good enough sensors to see them coming before they see you coming. At least that is what I like to believe. But we are not going to Microtech. We are going to Yella. We are going to Grim Hex. We are going to find out if we can use those obsolete landing pads and avoid someone screaming at us for landing in the wrong spot.
Launch complete.
We're going to make the criminals complain about crime. Okay, that's not 100% true, but you know, the idea appeals to me.
Thank you.
Well, that's annoying. Sometimes the quantum drive button does not want to work, so if it doesn't, brake alignment. realign, and you don't have to worry about doing the spooling again. Really, it's bad enough that the calibration is made twice. Alright, let's aim for our favorite space station. A wretched hive of scum and villainy. At least in the Crusader planetary orbit. Possibly for Stanton itself. After all, while there's plenty of crime happening in Hurston, I'm not aware of anywhere that's centralized. Let's see, we've got a Vanguard flying around out here. Yes, it does occur to me that there are other possible inconveniences that could be happening here. Hopefully, oh, he's dogfighting somebody. Hopefully they're occupied with themselves. Let's use some of that speed that the 300 series is known for. Now, ordinarily I would ask for a landing pad, but I'm not here to use one of their hangars. Not one of their current hangars. Okay, let's see. Kill the cruise control, because I probably want to have a little bit more flexibility in my maneuvering at this stage. Because I can't remember precisely where those pads are. Oh, here we are! These look familiar? So we're going to take... Oh, this is either a landing pad 1 or... Well, it's got to be 1 because 2 is right next to it. So it's not... Oh, here we go. Landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Oops, landed a little too fast on that one.
Engines. Weapons deactivated.
So far, so good. We are landed. And I haven't gotten any rude messages about telling me, hey, what are you doing there? We told you to land somewhere else. And you can see we have the old landing pad corridor here to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have the old pressure door. Does it still work? Yes, it does. Now, of course, the downside of having those pads, safe? No. Is probably not safe. In fact, I was just getting ready to say the downside of it is they are landing pads, which means they can be pad rammed, and it's quite possible that they're... let's go check, actually. I'm not certain if it counts as being in an armistice zone on those pads, and if they're not in an armistice zone, then that would mean that they could be shot. But no, I still have the no shooting symbol in the upper right, so... Now granted, this is a space station, so it could be kind of a, not necessarily a rule, but maybe more of a guideline as to whether or not you can shoot. I probably should have tried that when I was landing, but eh. Now, it occurs to me that that would not be a bad way to have, if you wanted to take a small snub craft and load onto a larger craft, like, say, Pisces onto a Carrack, what you could do is you could spawn your Pisces, take it out and land it on one of those pads, get your Carrack out, park it on the pad next to it, and then you would be able to just bring it up and land it there. However, since this is Grim Hex, I don't necessarily know that that is the safest thing you can do. I strongly suspect, in fact, that it might be just a tad more dangerous than trying to do this at a different space station, like an R&R station. We are going to bring out one more ship here for today, and we're going to grab the Constellation Phoenix. And that's mostly to just show off the difference between the Andromeda that we flew earlier and had issues flying, and the Luxury version, Hangar 9. We're just going to leave the origin ship there. Abandon the poor thing. Because we've seen the interior of the Andromeda. It looks very utilitarian. So it's reasonable to wonder, what would it be like to have a luxury version of a utilitarian ship? Well, we'll find out momentarily, won't we? Elevator is the same as the traditional Constellation. You have to claim the ship, can't store it. Yeah, that's a detail too. So that is why, as a general rule, better to use the hangars. But the landing pads are at least still available. They're still present. They're still available. If you're doing something for the short term. Oh, and there's one more thing that you probably can't do. You probably can't access ship services. So you probably won't be able to do repairs or refuel there. If you're just going to pick somebody up, that's not a bad way to go, because if it's a fast pickup, meaning you don't want to go and wait for the doors to open on a hangar, you want to pick up and get out, which might be useful if you have, say, people hunting your bounties. Alright. We have, again, 2 turrets. So we can at least defend ourselves in the Constellation Phoenix. Now, we move back, and we have the familiar crew quarters. The table that doesn't work. I am never going to let that go. Storage lockers, bathroom. And and the weapon racks. There we go. 4 bunks. This, however, is not the prime attraction. Here is the prime attraction, and you'll see right off the bat we've gotten to a whole different world than the Andromeda. We would be looking at the cargo bay and all that. That is not what we have here. We have bedrooms. They're not what you would call great bedrooms in comparison with, say, the ones you would find on the 600i, but they're pretty nice. And we've got a couple of those. Got one right here. I'll just open it up. We have a common area. Basically, your I guess if you were on a first class ticket on an airline, that would be the kind of thing you would be experiencing here. Table with a deck of cards, which you can't actually use. Hey, there's a lot of stuff here that's just for ambience. You have a bar, complete with such wonderful drinks like Blackbeard, Jinx, and Hippocampus. You know, I'm not 100% certain that these are the best names to use for alcohol. But what do I know? And even a TV up there, I guess, if you want to watch your favorite sports. Well, it's theory at any rate. I think we have a bug here because I'm pretty sure there used to be chairs around this table. As opposed to this horrible mutation. You know, I've said before that the Constellation series needs work, but this wasn't what I was expecting. I think that's a new bug. Moving along. Over here we have what should be a hot tub. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. It doesn't seem to actually work. We have a couple of component shelves in here, so someday when they do the thing there, yeah, it's going to be an issue. Over here we have the master suite. So whoever is paying the most for their trip is likely to be quartered here. Although I suppose if the pilot wants to make an issue of it, he could say this is his quarters. I don't really see much advantage to it except proximity to the hot tub. Now, I would like to take a second to point out that you have all these guests here with all the seating and hot tub and all that. But the one thing you don't have is a guest bathroom. So if they need to take care of the call of nature, they're going to have to go back to the crew quarters section. I mean, they didn't even have any in their bedrooms here. So they're either going to have to learn to hold it, or they'll have to go back to the crew area. Now it's hard to find if you're not paying attention here, but over here, somewhere nearby, there should be a button on the floor. Unless they got rid of that too. There was a button on the floor that would open up a bottom area where you would have access to cargo. And for the life of me, I'm not sure where, unless it's for this button now. No. Ah, here we are. I guess it wasn't a button. Okay, I didn't do that quite right. I should be standing on that when that's happening. Let's try this again. And now you'll recognize this as the familiar cargo area of the Constellation series, although it is not nearly as big as what you would have available elsewhere. And I'm reasonably sure that there is nowhere to lower the cargo down to the ground, so no vehicular use for this cargo bay. Let's head back up. Let's try to head back up. What am I missing? Is there a button? Ah, there is a button. That would have gotten me. Hot tub is for bikini girls. Well, you know, this would not shock me in the slightest. But as you can see, it is lacking an important element. Well, besides bikini girls. It is missing the water. Someday. Moving further back, we have more component access. So, you know, if something breaks, one day you'll be able to repair it this way. Go further back. And once again, we have the docked Merlin that does not yet work. Ah, hello again, Legend. You know, you and Cap are going to hang out in the hot tub, no bikinis. Thank God, because that image is brain bleach. My brain is hurting already. Oh, why did that image go into my head? Why must I have this kind of imagination? Alright, we're going to take a flight back to Olisar now. Just for, you know, performance demonstration. Not to mention we can, you know, check out weapon systems. Open sesame for Green Imperial. And while we prepare this journey, I think it's time for me to make that announcement I've been hinting at for the last couple hours. It has occurred to me that there are a lot of people out there who still see Star Citizen as a pay-to-win sort of game. And that's kind of true and kind of false. I tend to think of it more as a pay for a head start kind of thing. But it's not enough to simply say this kind of thing, or even believe it. Why are the doors closing already? They don't want me to go. Anyway, so what I've decided to do is what I'm tentatively calling it the Aurora MR Challenge. Basically, I am going to take a stock Aurora, and my goal is to accumulate enough credits from that point to afford a better ship. And the target goal here, and Legend will like this, my target goal is to afford enough to purchase a Drake Cutlass Black. Now, I'm going to start in the Aurora, but obviously if I can get further down the line, I will probably use the Prophet Spade to pick up, say, well, I'm not going to use the Prophet Sport because I already have one, but I'm going to get enough credits so that I would be able to purchase a Grey Cat Rock, which is currently the best way of making income in this game, at least at the moment. And that is going to be the challenge. We'll probably spend the next couple of months seeing if you can pull it off. It will be a challenge, but we did just call this the Aurora Challenge, didn't we? Yeah, the Aurora MR Challenge. Now, as you can see, I am currently being shot at.
Shields max. Rear shields damaged. Port shields damaged. Rear shield is down. Stand by for shields.
We're currently being shot at, and, well, that's not unexpected. Unfortunately, it also seems that I'm having minor issues with explosions. And this is why you don't take a luxury ship out. You lose a lot because 30k is in bugs for the moment, and you are absolutely right. If you're doing cargo running, pirates are not the scariest thing you can run into. Oh, this is perfect! This is beautiful! Because we use the landing pad at Grim Hex as opposed to calling in to land at Grim Hex, Port Olisar is still my spawn point. That guy just did me a favor. He doesn't know it, but he's helped me out here today. So that is the big plan for the future. Starting next week, we will be using, and when I say we'll be using the Aurora MR, we're using the stock one, so any weapons I have on it, any special stuff I have on it, I will be making sure it is all gone so I have the stock equipment. Now, when I get enough money to afford the extra weapons or extra components, I may or may not put them on. I'll probably put on the extra guns at that point because, you know, guns. More guns means more damage. More damage means more capability of making bank. And then work my way to earning the credits necessary for Grey Cat Rock. And then use that and the Aurora in combo to see if I can work my way to earning the credits for a Drake Cutlass Black, which is a ship that I do not currently have, so this gives me an additional goal to work with. It'll be an interesting experiment and interesting thing to determine whether or not, yes, Yes, it will take some time. And that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, things don't... This isn't oh, I'll run a few missions and automatically get a really good ship. That's just not the way it works. You have to earn your ship. Good luck, yes. Thank you, Star Angel. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great deal of fun to try. And what I'll be doing is each time we do this, each week, because I'm not going to put my gaming on Star Citizen on hold for a whole week. So what I'll do is I'll have a running tally of what my starting funds for the day are when I start the stream, and I will have a section that indicates how much profit I've made by the end of the stream. So I'll basically take what's in my movie glass, subtract what my original number was, and that'll become the profit made. Then the next week, the profit made will stay the same. I'll update the starting point to whatever money I have now, so that you'll be able to see how much money I've made during the challenge. That way I can still play Star Citizen under my normal gaming and still be able to do the challenge. I think it'll be pretty neat. Okay, we are past the 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern hour, and thus we are at the end of today's stream. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I did producing it. I will be streaming next week, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern for the Rsi Aurora MR Challenge. I also do streams on Wednesday evenings for Star Trek Online from 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Take it easy, Star Angel. Thanks for joining me. And thanks to all the viewers who may be lurking. I hope to see you again next time. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.